Sorare game week 388. Back to lineup building, guys. Welcome back. Thanks very much, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes to the channel. Going really well so far, so hopefully everybody's enjoying the content. So, quick, we look at what's happening so far over the weekend, then we'll be looking at the lineups, and we'll go from there. First thing to point out is one for another good wee result here, which is always welcome. So, under 23 Rare Pro. Goalkeeper conceded in the 99th minute. So there we go. Not completely perfect, but Alan Velasco got a decisive. Rico Puig, what a goal he scored. Absolutely brilliant. Look that up on Twitter. Great goal. And Valentin Gomez came through last night. One each, but put in a 54, I think, before the Super Rare card bonus. So that is sitting at the moment in third in the under 23 Rare Pro. I think Alex Harry. It's the thing about Alex Harry because he keeps hammering all my Celtic collections in the leaderboard. Harry Trades has got a chance of catching that for third as well. But there we go. Also under 23 Rare. Not an amazing score, but like pretty good score overall. And that's on for a rare card as well. And how did we get on in the 240? We hit the cap again. So this is one of the featured teams. Hit the cap, and Unbit Graham's AA score, I think, still got to go on there as well. So that will get a card too. Under 23 Limited is the other one we've been looking at a lot. England won the final. Okay, let's talk about something else. And the rest were pretty gashy anyway, to be honest. So there we go. So upcoming game week, as always, picked a few. Here's one I've made earlier type stuff because obviously we'd be here all night if we were going through all the different teams and everything. Maybe when we get on to the season starting and we've done the limited teams and things a bit more, we'll sort of move on to more theory over the rares and everything, but it's quiet game weeks just now. So first one, I really like this team, obviously. Nashville, pretty good, solid at home. Zimmerman's just fresh back after. Can't even talk right. He's just back after suspension. Hanny was rested. He came on at half time. Cezinha, this is a good one. He usually starts anyway, but the game starts at 11, so the lineup will actually be out, so I'll know if he started. And Big Felipe, who's been pretty good, to be honest. We've got a heavy under 23 focus, so this is the initial lineup selection for under 23 Rare Pro. So Bake Youngbum and Lee Hanbum, that's kind of the in defensive stack at the moment. Jack Maher, again, Nashville are at home. Philly have not really been that good this season. Adson's an interesting one because he doesn't usually play in the weekends for Corinthians, but I think he played the last game in the sort of Libertadores or I don't think it's Sudamericana, I can't remember, but it's a continental competition, and Brian Aguirre got him for two reasons. He's a new addition to the gallery. Firstly, linked with Inter Miami to join Messi, and he's been playing pretty well, to be honest, and I needed a forward for this week, so I've actually just picked him up and signed him. Under 23 there, nothing really standing out, sort of oozing quality or whatever here, but Kim Young-hoon has been really good. Actually, it was kind of tough decision between him and Bake Youngbum for the goalkeeper position. Jack Maher, Leo Chu, two goals I think he scored the other night, so he's an interesting one. It's kind of blows hot and cold, but good option. Not that expensive at the moment. Jung San Bin, not really done much in Minnesota, but again, don't really have many forward options for this game. We can arm Malinas. I'll need to check the lineup, see if he's projected to play, although he has been playing all of Tigres games. Libertad away's pretty hard game. I think they sort of play at altitude and stuff, so it can be quite tough. And then we've selected some of these other ones. All-Star Rare Pro is a team I really like, to be honest. Although it's only one Super Rare, I'll be checking if Edgar Silva's starting, so that'll be one I'm checking in the morning. Cap 240 Rare. Again, that looks quite competitive, and I actually quite like this 270. Joe Wells, Zimmerman defensive stack. Ewan Bickram's been excellent. Obviously, I'm captaining him against the CO stack in the under 23s, but he's been really good in terms of AA and everything this season. He's a Calon. I think should play this game for Shanghai Port, and Vaco or Valerie Kajvili has been really good this season. So that's the ones I've picked so far. I don't think that we're trying to think about discussing strategy and everything for these midweek games. Like I think the main thing to point out at the moment is these midweek games and the midweek games before the European competitions start up properly will be good chances to win things. So the best bit of strategy advice I think I can give everybody just now is if you kind of plan ahead for these game weeks, look at the rewards that are on offer. For example, in the under 23s now, that doesn't look like a lot overall compared to what you can win on a weekend. So there's only 19 cards, and obviously the bottom of it's tier threes and everything. But compared to what's actually available for people to play midweek, it's going to be a wee bit softer. So bear that in mind. Use the sorare data lineup builder. Football lineup builder. It's automatically set to this game week, but you can go ahead. So if you're really buzzing for Europe coming back, you can say, okay, let's have a look at 4th of August, and that's coincidentally the weekend that Celtic are back. So, right, let's start again with under 23s. Under 23s. So we don't own Bake Young Bum in terms of limited, so this is a pretty easy decision. You'll see, although I've got quite a few goalkeepers and stuff here, a lot of them are actually not playing. So Lee Guang Yin isn't playing at the moment. Beaver's got a wee run, he's not really playing, so it's not really one choice. The guy from John Book. Defender wise as well, again, this might look like a lot of options, but not really many playing options. So these are tough game weeks. So again, it's going to be Jack Maher. It is worth preparing for these game weeks because people just don't have as competitive a team out basically. Plus, you'll notice at the moment with these guys I'm selecting, it's not like you're playing in the middle of Europe and it's like Joey Veerman and things that you're putting out that really are really difficult to beat because they just put in so many high scores. Juan Sforza might have been an interesting one here, but he's out I think at the moment. Never played in the last game, so again. For here, I'm going to be between Malinas and Leo Chu. I think that game away for Malinas is quite difficult, so I might just take a chance and go Leo Chu. Again, a bit boring because I picked him in the other teams, but Brian Aguirre. And then we're looking at the last selection. So, as you can see, but no offence to any of these players here, we're kind of scraping the barrel a wee bit in connection with these game weeks. So, right. I'm going to have a look. I see if the predictions got Fausto Vera in it for Corinthians because that's quite a decent home game for them, although they've not been amazing this season. Sudamericana. Corinthians. Play Sharper is so useful for this. Remember, guys, Play Sharper is completely free. I'm not trying to sell you anything, just go and use it. It's free. Nope. So Addison at 60%. Pretty sure he'll play or he'll come off the bench. So Fausto's out for that. What are they saying about Libertad? Let's see. Is that the same competition, the Sudamericana? Sporting Cristals. Nah, there's no prediction up for that just now. Okay, that's one we'll have to double check, I think. Do a bit of digging. So let's see what the other options are here. Son Min-Kyu's an interesting one as well. He doesn't always start, but he can do some damage. And then we're getting down into these guys. A lot of these guys I own are obviously young players, right? Because it's under 23s, but they're guys I tend to kind of hold on to for a while. So they don't always have good averages, and I don't dump them or whatever when they're not playing. So young players, so you've got to show a bit of patience with them. I'm going to fire in Malinas and then I'll do my own research on that. So yeah, here's the selection. So it's not an overwhelming favourite to win a card or anything, but I think if they all play It's got a pretty good chance of winning a card just because it's so restricted a game week. In terms of captain, I just go for the goalkeeper actually. And that's a bit bonkers, but he's been doing really well. So I think he keeps a clean sheet and he's been doing pretty good AA. So he's actually the best average out of these guys as well. So go for the goalkeeper. Right, we'll also pick the cap to 40 before we finish up, before people get fed up listening to me. Right, cap to 40. So I like running this through the sorare data lineup builder because it gives you some nice ideas on guys compared to their fixtures and also fitting within the cap. Why is it not working? It's because I've changed it to future game week. Back to being a diddy. So we're now on the 11-3-8. Yeah. It's just a lineup. Joe Willis, Leo Chu's in there. That's interesting. Demarai Gray, yeah, that's not really one I would have thought of. He scored the last game for Jamaica, so that's interesting. And Kim Young-won. Right. I like the Joe Willis selection. I've got Legit. Right, so we're going to go with Legit again. Now, interestingly, this guy's obviously played quite a few games here. He's exceeded the cap, I think the last 2 games as well, so it's not like brilliant scores, but he still exceeded the cap. He probably would have been worth buying actually, given the sort of utility you're getting out of him, because it just enables you to play guys with a better average in terms of the overall cap level. So even with this guy in, we've got 4 guys at a 54 average, which is actually then pretty much above the cap. So defence wise, I think I prefer Nagadu over Kim Young-won. So I'm going to go Nagadu. Interestingly, because we've got the 21 in, we can play somebody a bit insane here. So I think I'm just going to go for Carles Gill. Just a mad player. SO5 phenomenon. And if we can get a really crappy extra in, we might be able to get Cezinha in as well. That's a bonkers cap to 40 team, right? So never mind Demarai Gray just now. So we'll go Cezinha. We'll know that he's obviously playing. That leaves us with 31. So remember, guys, use these filters and stuff up here, and you can just filter it down, which is nice, and it will show you your available guys you've got left. So do we do that? Do we go bonkers 2 guys and then find a filler, or then go for Stano? Actually, he used to be bonkers. That's the irony. He used to be bonkers, but he's just not bonkers anymore. There's kind of swap deal rumours and stuff with him going to Suwon to be swapped for Lars Veldwick, which I don't know if I see that or not, but lo and behold as well, guys, my camera has frozen. Don't ask me why that happens. Honestly, people will call me a technophobe if they want. You can do. I don't mind. I don't know why the camera does that. It's just stuff that happens in the computer. So there we go, that's the lineup. Bit bonkers, I think. But I like it. So that's where we're going to end it, I think, now. We're focusing on lineup building and stuff here, hopefully. Fingers crossed we might hold on to the podium here for the Under 23 Rare Pro. And when we're coming back to Europe, we'll expand on things a wee bit. Final thing is, running a giveaway in August. If you're not a subscriber, you like the content, if you hit subscribe, go to Twitter at McBrideAce, and there's a wee tweet there. If you retweet that and you like it, then every game week in August, basically, we're going to be picking somebody and they'll win all of the limited rewards. So they get to pick the teams, pick anything they win. So I think that's a cool sort of giveaway. Sorry about the camera. As you can see, this is not the best channel that's on YouTube in terms of production quality, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Thanks very much. Have a good one.